The law of attraction is a secondary law. Now, I've already mentioned that. The primary law is the law of vibration. Now, that law decrees that everything moves, nothing rests. We literally live in an ocean of motion. I don't care what it is you're looking at. Concrete that you may be walking on, it is moving. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Get a powerful microscope and you'll see it. You're a mass of energy in a very high speed of vibration. So let's stop and talk about you for a minute and take a look. That would be what's called Kirlian photography. Semyon Kirlian, back in the 30s, around 1934, he perfected a form of photography where you can actually photograph mass and the energy coming from it can be photographed. Now, depending upon the vibration of the person, the energy is stronger, weaker, or it'll change colors. To consciously and deliberately have the law of attraction improving the quality of your life, you must understand how this law works. It's an essential thing. You're a mass of energy and a high speed of vibration, and you function on frequencies. You do. Everything does, but you do. Okay? You can and will attract whatever is on the same frequency as yourself. It's a matter of choice, and it's your choice. Now think about that for a moment. You're going to attract according to the frequency you're on. If you're on a negative vibration, you're going to attract negative. It's just going to happen. A frequency is really a level of vibration. That's really what it is. And what we've got to understand, there's an infinite number of frequencies. All these frequencies, infinite number of them, every frequency is connected to the one above and the one below. Now you might wonder, what the heck has this got to do with my income? I'm going to tell you something. It's got everything to do with your income. It's on a specific frequency. You operate in a low frequency, low income. High frequency, high income. Everything is connected. Look it. Each frequency is hooked up to the one above and the one below. Now, if you follow that through with your thinking, you're going to realize that everything in this whole universe is connected. You say, well, I have a hard time believing that. You may look at a chair and you say, it's not connected to the desk. Everything is connected. Everything's energy. Everything vibrates. Just stay with me, okay? Let these lines represent levels of vibration, okay? Level of vibrations are often referred to as frequencies, okay? We think on frequencies. So let these thoughts represent your thoughts, and that's on the frequency you're working. It's the thoughts you're thinking that's going to determine the results you get. Our thinking ultimately produces our results. It's the way it works. Most people are thinking of what they don't want. They're not thinking of what they do want. It's rather sad. Now, your mind is operating on this frequency down here. Your goals are way up here. Think about that for a moment. The mind and thoughts must be focused on the same frequency as the goal. Look where it is. It's up there. You're way down low. You got to get your mind onto the higher frequency. You just have to. So we look at our results, and then we look at our goal, and you got to change your thinking. What do you have to do? You have to make a decision. You flip your mind onto a higher frequency. You got to be thinking the frequency of what you want. Goethe, the German philosopher, said that. He said, before you can do something, you first must be something. William James, way back 1900, act like the person you want to become. Well, you got to think that way. So you get your thoughts up there. You got to make a decision. Okay? Now, here's the man that really altered Napoleon Hill's life. Any idea, he said, that's held in the mind, that is emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Now, that's just the way it works. And he's right. You hold an idea in your mind, it must manifest in form. That is a law. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. You build the idea in your mind, that idea must move into form. It's an absolute law. It's the way it works. So we've got to make a committed decision. And when we make a committed decision, we flip ourselves onto a higher frequency. Any idea held in the mind that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. This is so good. It's such good stuff. You see, we pull thoughts together into ideas, and the ideas move into things or results. Now that's where we're going. You've got to build the idea, but to build the idea, you've got to get the thinking right. So let's take a look at paradigms. What is a paradigm? Most people really don't understand them. Here's the thing. My life changed so quickly, so dramatically, and so can yours. You see? A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and almost all of our behavior is habitual. Paradigms control the way you view yourself, the world, and opportunity. Paradigms control how you approach change, challenges. Paradigms operate exactly the same as the autopilot on a plane. Paradigm is that part of your mind that determines how you behave. Now, you know if you change your behavior a little bit, the results change dramatically. You know that, okay? Mind is the greatest power in all of creation. You see, if the mind is where all the problems start, and we don't even know what it looks like, how do we go about changing it? That's the conscious mind, the subconscious, and the body. Now, the conscious and subconscious operate quite different. This can change your life very, very dramatically. The conscious mind has the ability to originate, choose, accept, or reject. That's a thinking mind. And, you know, we've got awesome powers in that part of our mind that we don't even know anything about. Now, the subconscious is the emotional mind. It has no ability to reject anything. It is totally deductive. It can only accept, and it's immoral. It'll accept, it's like the earth. You can plant anything you want. I love the way Earl Nightingale put it on The Strangest Secret. He said, you can plant corn, not a 1/16 of an inch away. You can plant nightshade, a deadly poison. One will grow with just as great an abundance as the other. You can plant negative concepts in your subjective mind. They will grow just as easy and as abundant as the positive ones. So let's keep looking here. You can choose what you think. It's your choice. You can accept or reject information. You can originate. In other words, you don't have to listen to what's going on TV. You don't have to read the newspaper. If somebody says the economy is going down tubes, you say, it's not going down the tubes for me. See, in the best economy, there's people that are losing. And in the worst economy, there's people that are winning. Now think. You have the ability to choose in your conscious faculties. Your subconscious doesn't have that. It has no ability to reject. And get this. It cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. Any idea that's planted in the mind, any idea that's emphasized, that's either feared or revered, will begin at once to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Whatever you plant in your subjective mind, the mind will accept and start to grow. You want to get new results? New paradigm. New paradigm. You see, on the conscious mind, you have all this knowledge and you know. And if I asked you, do you believe you could earn more money? You'd probably say yes. And I'd say, well, why aren't you doing it? See, it's the conscious mind believes it, the subconscious doesn't. Subconscious is in conflict with all that knowledge. When paradigms stay in control, nothing changes. The secret behind the law of attraction. You do not attract what you want, but you do attract what you are. You do attract whatever is on the frequency that you're mentally operating on.